Hey guys, today I'm at Gosling Tennis Centre and I'll be showcasing the UK Pro League, bringing together top UK tennis professionals. The previous winners of the Pro League were the likes of Emma Raducanu and Kyle Edmund, to name a few. The standard is very high and you'll be seeing some exciting tennis matches today. The tournaments will run from January to November and there'll be 10 tournaments in total. Each of the winners or the previous qualifying tennis professionals will be able to play at the end of year at the Pro League finals in November. Each week, the players will play in a round-robin format and there'll be 12 men and 12 women competing. The match structure is best of 3 sets, the third one being a match tiebreak up to 10 points. The league prize fund is an excess of £500,000 and was featured on BT Sport, but now is exclusive to be featured on the UK Pro League online website. I'm super excited to show you guys some of the tennis matches as well as a few of the interviews with some of the UK tennis professionals. This is the order of play for the UK Pro League on the 22nd of February. As you can see, Emma Wilson is up first and she is the first person that I will interview today. The matches are live streamed and as you can see there are 2 courts available for the matches and the first court here is for the training or warming up. Hi guys, today I'm here with Emma Wilson and Emma, you've just finished your match. How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. I won in straight sets, but it was a tough match, but just glad to get through it.
Well done. And do you feel very confident about the next match ahead in the semi-finals?
Yeah, it's not till Friday, so I'll have like tomorrow just to work on a few things I wasn't happy with today, but yeah, feeling good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
First question is, what advice would you give to young juniors in helping them with their tennis journey?
I think the most important thing is just finding like a routine or something you enjoy, because I think if you don't enjoy it, like it's a really tough long journey. Doing stuff that you enjoy, training, whether that's coaches or who you're training with, but just finding whatever works for you because everyone's different.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And can you touch upon as well, we briefly had a little discussion before about your route of your journey, basically how you've started, and you played college tennis in America.
Yeah,
do you mind sharing a bit more?
Yeah, so I played at the University of Arizona, and for me, like I wasn't ready coming out of juniors to go straight into the pro, and I don't think I would have enjoyed it. And just like playing college tennis like allowed me just to play lots of hours a day, like really enjoyed it, and like just having a teammate and a good like team around you to like help you in matches.
Like boost you and boost your morale.
But like nutritionists, like strength and conditioning coaches, like psychology coaches, just everything. So it was a good support and then made me such a better tennis player. So I felt ready to go straight into playing professional tournaments.
Great to hear that.
Yeah.
Do you have any routines before a match?
Nothing like specific, but just try and like eat well, like have some fuel, and I always like to practice like at least an hour beforehand just so I can feel the ball, feel the court and stuff, and like if there's anything I need, just last minute things, stuff like that.
Good.
But yeah, sometimes listen to music, just try and relax and just keep my mind a bit free, before I play,
This is a broad question, but your top mental tips for when you are in a match, what are you thinking about, or what ways can help you in a match to give you that focus?
I think for me, I just think of like patterns of play that I'm happy to play, like how I want to play the match, whether I serve here, return here, something like this. Just focus on point by point and like what's winning me points and what's losing me points, and just try and focus on little things like that and not think about the game or the set. Just like point by point at a time, just reset after each point.
It's a great way of thinking. Yeah. And my final question is, how has the UK Pro League helped you in progressing to the professional ITF journey?
Well, for me, like I finished uni in 2020 and like it was difficult with COVID and stuff like this. So I played pretty much all of them in 2021 and a few in 22, and just it really helps just get good match practice against like other ranked players or up and coming players. Just like so you're really good on the match course. So when I travel away to an ITF, I can just be ready and like I know I've had the match practice.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and also like the money helps like fund stuff, like funding trips and stuff, which really does help.
Oh no, thank you very much for this talk, Emma.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Good luck in the semi-finals.
Thank you.
I really like watching the tennis matches from the court angle view. As you can see, Dan Cox here is able to dictate using the forehand as well as his big first serve. He's also trying to focus on making sure to keep the points very short and play to his strengths. When you are this close to the action, you're able to hear what the players say and how deep breathing they are in between points. And this is very interesting because you're able to understand what they're actually going through when playing in the matches. The Pro League is very professional, just like how the players will be playing in a professional tournament. Up next is Dan Cox for the interview. So Dan Cox has just competed in the quarterfinals of the UK Pro League. Can you tell me a little bit more how your match went?
Yeah, I actually started really strong today. Felt the ball really good, put him under pressure from the beginning. And yeah, I think I made him feel that, a lot of stress straight away, and I think that was the defining factor of how I won quite comfortably.
Brilliant. And I saw some of the points from on the side, and I could tell that you were very dominant in the points as well. Was there things that you're working on in particular to try to keep that pressure onto him? Yeah,
I think so, because at the beginning of the week I struggled with my serve a little bit. I think coming here at Welwyn Garden City at Gosling Tennis Centre, the roof's a little bit lower, and I was struggling with my ball toss a little bit. I think I was throwing it a little bit too low, and so I had to readjust that, and I think I adjusted well today.
That's very important. And I think also you're talking about the micro adjustment. Everything that is inside is very different to how you'd be in a normal setting outdoors, right? So
yeah, I think for me especially, it's the little things that make the big difference.
So my first question is, what advice would you give to up and coming tennis juniors on their journey?
What I advise them actually is that just to be a little bit patient sometimes, as a lot of times it doesn't go our way, and just to kind of keep believing in the process, keep working hard, and also not only hard, trying to work smart. They think they're working hard because they're playing 4 or 5 hours a day, and I think sometimes it's better to work smart for 2.5, 3 hours than to try and play too much. And I think that for me that is probably, especially getting older now, I think sometimes I need to give my body a little bit of a rest. So I think that's just the key for me now, is just to really just focus on the quality rather than the quantity.
Brilliant, well said. Your top mental tips for when you are in a match?
Yeah, obviously it's something that I've worked along for numerous years on my career, going through very different stages mentally throughout my life, and I think just the main thing for me is that I've always been a great fighter. I know it's easy to say, and that's obviously one thing that you really need as a tennis player, being an individual sport.
Yes.
Is to be fighter no matter what happens. You have to try and get something out of yourself, and just never give in. And if you are losing, that just to keep going. You never know what might happen. Something might just switch or whatever. But for me, that is what everybody has just always told me, that I've got a heart of a lion. I won't give up, even if no matter the score. I will always. So sometimes it's one of those days where the match does go too quickly and you can't get in it. But in my own head, I really try to fight to the death.
Competing, I really like that. My final question is, how has the UK Pro League helped you in progressing on your ITF journey?
Hugely. I can't thank the guys enough for the organisation that they do for the players. They've really helped me, revive my career coming back in, I think it was 2020 during lockdown. It helped me to get a lot of matches, and also, to help fund towards my travel abroad. And if you see, people are getting so many matches out of the Pro League now, and I think it's really standing the players in good stead, for when they do go abroad or play the futures or challengers. It's really been a springboard, and I really hope that it's going to continue, and the younger players will come and play these events, because they're so important to get practice matches in tournament environment, and to no matter whether you win, lose or draw, you're playing the next day. You're guaranteed that many matches, and that's why I love this format, because you're guaranteed 5 matches. And I just think, for me personally, that's how I develop, and that's how I gain confidence, just by playing matches.
Brilliant. Thank you, Dan. Really appreciate that. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
If you are enjoying this tennis content, be sure to subscribe as well. This really helps my channel to grow and for you guys to see more amazing tennis content. The competition was very competitive, and some of the players travelled pretty far in order to play the Pro League tennis matches. And this would be exactly the same if they were playing on the professional tour when travelling to various tournaments internationally or in the same country. It's nice to see the players warming up and working on specific things. And also some of the matches were quite long, so players had to wait around. So I got to see a little bit about in depth what the players would do in their downtime as well as warming up when preparing for their matches. One of the next matches that I decided to watch was George against Joe, and this was a very physical match with a lot of power and a lot of great movement. And some of the taller, bigger, stronger players are able to move very well, in particular around the court. They're very athletic. In particular, you can see George here stepping in, taking on the return of second serve, and then following up with a nice forehand down the line. The last interview, I interviewed George, and this is a little bit insight into his mind. George just finished his quarterfinal match. How did it go, George?
Yeah, it was good. I got the win, so that's always good. I was a bit, I don't know, I started off pretty good. I felt like maybe he was not playing as well as he usually does, but then the second set was a lot tighter, I felt, and just, managed to get a break, and then, I've just sort of held my serve until the end.
Yeah, I was watching you and serving, and you were hitting some very big serves. Towards the end, I got a lot of the aces, so that was nice. But it looks good for the matches ahead.
Thanks.
So what advice would you give to young up-and-coming juniors on their tennis journey?
Just enjoy it. Yeah, I feel like you can sort of get too caught up in things and winning matches, and just sort of, you just sort of sometimes forget why you started playing and the enjoyment that you get out of it. And I feel like just trying to progress, and I feel that's the most important thing, trying to just develop your game.
Top mental tips that help you in a match, to help you maybe deal with stressful situations or when you're not playing your best tennis? What mental things are you thinking about?
I try and focus on things that you can sort of control. Like, you can't really control whether you're going to win or lose the match, because you're always playing against someone else. But I feel like you can focus on, I don't know, specific technical things. Even trying to win each point, I feel like maybe sometimes you look too far ahead, or just focusing on things that are in the past. And I feel like, just focusing on each point and trying to focus on the things that you know will help you win the point instead of things that are out of your control.
Yeah, well said. And how has the UK Pro League helped you in progressing throughout into your ITF journey in professionals?
Yeah, I think that it firstly gives you like 5 guaranteed matches, so I feel like that's always good, especially if you're going into a tournament, because sometimes you could like lose first round and then done for the week. So I feel like it's always good to get matches, win or lose. I feel also it's good when you have money as well.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Because sometimes it's tough if you're like, especially because I can stay at home this week, so it cuts down my expenses a lot. Okay. So you can sort of make a bit of money as well.
That's always fun. Wish you the best of luck in the upcoming matches.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There was also a cafeteria at the Gosling Tennis Centre where players got to refuel their bodies ready for the matches ahead. Pro League provided top quality matches for all different ages and abilities. Nearer to the end of the day, I watched a few of the ladies' matches, and what I noticed is that they were very aggressive from the baseline and even looking to take charge at the net. I had a great time at the UK Pro League, watching a lot of great matches as well as interviewing some of the UK tennis professionals. I look forward to going to more Pro League tournaments in future. So I'm here with Sultan, and Sultan is the tournament director. Sultan, can you tell me a little bit more about the Pro League, please?
The UK Pro League basically started during the COVID period. Ben Nicholas and Dom Hayes decided to put reading about tennis events, and decided there was a gap for professional players not being able to play tennis during the COVID period. So we set up a round-robin events whereby every player was guaranteed 5, 6 or 7 matches during lockdown in order to help them get match practice when everywhere else around the world was in lockdown. We were lucky, we got a sponsorship deal by Stats Perform, and they allowed us to give money, good prize money, to the players. So not only were they getting competitive matches against fellow professional tennis players, but they were also earning money when others around the world, professional players, weren't earning any money.
Thank you very much, Sultan. You summed that up very well. And it's been a real pleasure in coming along to the Pro League and watching it in action and seeing some of the best players in the UK perform. So it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dylan. Good luck, and let's hope we continue providing this lovely service to the players all around UK.
Thank you, Sultan.
Thank you.